Tomorrow morning at 0600, we're going on our first big cross-country adventure, and this is bucket list item number 3. In 2026, we're going to Oshkosh, baby, and we are just super excited. So let me take a second and walk you through the loadout and see if we're bringing the right stuff, and we'll do a follow-up after this to see what worked and what didn't work. So come on, let's look at the equipment. Okay, first up in the pilot category, we have all of our documentation we're going to need, such as signage, so that when we hit the ground, they know where to send us. And then also instructions on how to fly the approaches, as well as the pilot gear, the headsets, and the navigation iPads and stuff like that to keep you aware what's going on. And then, of course, we want to do a lot of media collection, so we've got our list of cameras and microphones. This is all the equipment we need to maneuver the plane as well as tie it down. If you'll notice, we got the screw-in type of tie downs because it does get kind of blowy out there. The camping gear, basically it's a tent, a couple of sleeping bags, and a table, as well as the camping box with the airplane box, which has the oils and the screen cleaners and rags and tools and stuff. The camping box with chairs and air mattresses and cookware and all the things that you need for camping. Pillows, of course, because my little head needs some comfort. We've got a Stratix little ADS-B in that I built. And then we've got extra gear for headsets and binoculars for the shows, as well as some screen protectors or windscreen reflectors to keep the sun out while it sits out there in the sun. Next, of course, is to weigh all of the gear that we're taking. So this is just sort of the start of the weighing of each box and item of equipment, so we know how much weight we're going to carry, so we can calculate fuel and distance and flight times. And then we're also going to have to configure where we place all of this gear so that we stay balanced and we can get there efficiently. So for plane prep, we were at TBO for the engine, so we put a new engine inside of Julie. So we're actually still in that breakout period. So we're going to be flying low and slow all the way to Wisconsin, so we don't so we get the engine broken in correctly. We also put our wheel fairings back on so we can get a little more efficiency in speed and gas consumption en route, because it is such a long cross-country flight. So super excited to see what kind of performance we get, because they've been off forever. And then we've done a whole lot of upgrades and modifications to the cockpit panel and making sure that all of our gear has been calibrated and installed and works correctly. So that's about as much as we could do to get ready for this thing. The only thing that's missing right now is the food we're bringing. So we've got enough to cover about 2/3 of the meals that we'll be eating while we're out there. And then of course, all of the stuff we'll need for nightly entertainment if we want to go out and hang out and meet friends and get to know people. So, yeah.